Welcome back, everyone, to the TheJakeman Bets. We have gone 3-1 on Tuesday in the NBA. We went 4-2 in the NBA yesterday. Today, we've got Thursday night football for you. We have the Bengals at the Ravens. Let's get to some picks. All right, the first pick we're going to do, we're not going to waste a lot of time here, guys, because unfortunately, we've run out of time because Prize Picks is taking stuff right off the board here. So the first one is going to be, as you see right up here, we are going to do Joe Burrow, and that is going to be his pass touchdowns. Everyone, I get that that's a plus 102. I get it. I understand. But if you look back at when these guys were playing, let's see here. We had Joe on one leg, mind you. He threw 41 times for 27 completions, which I looked at. He went for 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. Now, I get that Baltimore is the number one touchdown, defense in the league. I get that. So, but I don't care. He is going to throw. This is a must-win for both teams. So we're going to come back to this little guy here in a second because this has got a lot of stuff on here that we have along with the Outlier app. So we are going to get you all kinds of things. But that's the first one, and we are going to get you the next one. We are going to do is a Mr. Gus Edwards. If you look at his production over the last couple of weeks, it's really been amazing, and the attempts and everything like this that he's going through. Cleveland was kind of really almost a destructive game for the Baltimore Ravens, but we're going over for Mr. Edwards here. Really everyone is taking I guess shots at the Ravens for not being able to close games. They are on some sort of a record, something like they have been leading in every fourth quarter of all their games, and then even in their three losses, they have ended up losing those. So we're going to go more because of the statistics against for Gus Edwards and for the Cincinnati Bengals. Last time the last time they played, he went for 10 carries and 62 yards and a touchdown. He's gotten better, folks. So we're going to go ahead and ride with that. And also the defense, the Cincinnati defense is without Sam Hubbard. So that edge is going to be basically exposed. So you're going to see probably a lot of running by Mr. Edwards. Staying with the Baltimore Ravens here, we are going to look at Mr. Mark Andrews. He is the fourth most tight end with most yards, and he is literally looking like an absolute stud out there. He is the security blanket for Lamar Jackson. He is he is completely healthy, which has been fantastic for him this season. If you look over at his production the last time, he went for 45 yards, and that was on on 8 targets. So he was basically given an opportunity to have even more yards. And kind of the outlier here was that Nelson Aguilar ended up having more yards and everything as far as this, and they barely beat Baltimore with Joe on one leg. So I just think that Mark is going to be that if they win, Mark Andrews and Gus Edwards have got to have days, because I think they're going to try to completely spy Lamar. I looked at a lot of Lamar Jackson's, but they are way too tight to his line. But we are going to run with Mark Andrews. I feel absolutely confident that he is going to get his yards. And then we are going to go next to Mr. Patrick Queen. So I tend to look at these when we're when we have these games that are just, you have one game, and I like to kind of pick one game. I know some of you might like to bleed this into some of the weekend as well. But if you look at Patrick Queen's numbers here, and we're going to bring him up here, it's a negative 105. The guy has been tackling like crazy. So the last game, I think he ended up having, let's see, he had 8 total tackles, which was 5 were solo tackles as well. So I think Cincinnati's going to try to run with Mixon. Who knows? But I think Joe is going to be passing a lot. So when the run is happening, you're going to have a Patrick Queen that is going to be healthy and, well, not just healthy, but energized. So we are going to go with Mr. Patrick Queen over 7.5 tackles and assists. And then the one that's been bouncing all over the boards here today is Mr. Tyler Boyd. And boy, have I been spending enough time on Tyler Boyd here. His receiving yards are really tight to his line. So we're going to go ahead and look at this. They've already taken off a lot of his props off the board. So I think his receiving yards are there. So we're looking now at his ability to, which one is he going to get? Is he going to get the 8 receptions like he did in Houston, or is he going to get 3 like he did in Buffalo? Well, in my opinion, I think the receiving yards are probably going to be the safer bet. But now so since I started recording this, Tyler Boyd's receiving yards were taken off. Then they were put back on. And then Tyler Boyd's receptions were taken off. And then they were put back on again. So let's look back at what the last game was. Tyler Boyd had 8 targets for 6 receptions for 52 yards. This was also when T was in the game. So they are clamping Jamar Chase, which is what I would do as well. So he got 8 targets, but T got 12. Tyler got 8. So in my viewpoint here, everybody, I don't think it's a receiving yard thing. I mean, this might burn me a little bit, but I really think he's going to get at least 5 receptions. Now, they are warning me on this as far as the Baltimore is terrific, the 7th best defense against receptions. But I think this is going to be one of those games where if he forces to Jamar Chase, he's probably going to end up getting interceptions and things. So he's going to have to spread the ball around. I mean, we've even looked at Irv Smith and I think it's Trent Irwin. Trent Irwin. He's on the list as well. I liked Tyler. The other thing is that I like redemption games. I've always been a fan of that. So we are going to go over Tyler Boyd's receptions. I think he's going to get 8 receptions, and I think he's going to catch everything for a touchdown because they are going to lock down Jamar Chase. So that is that. Now, everybody, this is going to be a quick one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the Thursday night game. I am on an absolute burner heater. NFL is my favorite. I do love the NBA, and I love picking games. But this is something that I do as much as I can because I just love it. So we've got Joe Burrow over 1.5 passing touchdowns or more. We have Gus Edwards more than 46.5 rushing yards. Mark Andrews more 57.5 receiving yards. Patrick Queen is going to get us more than 7.5 tackles and assists. And Tyler Boyd is going to get us 5 receptions. And I know that Joe is going to throw. So that's what they look like, everybody. I hope that you have a fantastic Thursday. I know there's a lot of NBA, but I am working. So I only got into the Thursday stuff, so I'll have to get back to the NBA for you. Plus, we also have Thanksgiving coming up, so there's just a host of games that we're going to be able to play. We're going to find maybe even some blends. So we'll find some blending that will end up allowing us to maybe put some NHL and some college football and this is the best time of year. This is just the best time of year. So we're going to win a lot of money. So enjoy it, everybody. Have a fantastic Thursday. This is the Jake Man. I'm always betting. And as always, keep playing.